Breaking news now.
The John Doe files, 27,000 pages of emails from a former aide to Scott Walker, unsealed today and released to the public.
Now, the documents include emails that Kelly Rindfleisch sent to Walker's campaign while she was Walker's chief of staff in the county executive's office.
They also show Walker's campaign was concerned about Walker's image after a fatal concrete collapse at O'Donnell Park.
And they reveal a secret email system in Walker's office when he was county executive. We have team coverage.
Charles Benson begins with what Walker knew and when he knew it. Charles.
Well, the emails open a door. Some might say a secret door into what was going on inside Scott Walker's office when he was the county executive and running for governor. Now, the emails released today suggest there was not a clear wall of separation as required by law between his county staff and his campaign staff. The day before Scott Walker was elected governor, Milwaukee County prosecutors were trying to get permission to get into his county executive office. They were looking for evidence of a secret email system used by Walker's county staff. During the John Doe hearing, the lead investigator was asked, "Did you find any emails written by the county executive himself suggesting that there may have been use of county laptops in the personal laptops in the county executive's office?" Yes. Emails like this made investigators suspicious. "I used this private account quite a bit to communicate with SKW and Nardelli," referring to Scott Walker and his chief of staff, wrote one of his top aides. Months earlier, Walker started daily conference calls in his office with his county and campaign staff so that, quote, "good coordination will help us resolve issues before they blow out of proportion," wrote his chief of staff. Now, the thousands of emails released today show Walker communicating with his county staff and campaign staff almost daily on a number of issues. But there's no smoking gun email that reveals Walker directly knew or approved the secret email system operating inside the county executive office. In fact, when Walker first learned one of his staff members was accused of doing campaign work on county time, Walker sent out an email saying neither he nor his campaign authorized her actions. Mike and Carol.
All right, thank you, Charles.
Now, these emails do give us an inside look on how Walker and top aides handled his image during the campaign.
Tom Murray is live in our news conference room with that part of our team coverage. Tom?
Mike, Carol, just a huge volume of paperwork released today. To give you some perspective, each one of these boxes holds about 5,000 sheets of paper and reams like this. 27,000 documents released today, 27,000 pages, which would take all these boxes of paper. So we had electronic files, and what we did is we had a team in this conference room set up on laptop computers, methodically going through all of these documents, and what we found is some insight into how the Walker campaign dealt with managing his image. A panel fell from the O'Donnell Park parking garage on the first day of Summerfest 2010, killing a teenager and injuring two others. Emails released today reveal a top advisor's concern that Walker was not on site. Where is SKW, referring to Scott Walker? This is going to be a problem. Barrett has already been there. Scott cannot be at a fundraiser or something like that. He'll be eaten alive. A short time later, Walker outside the garage.
There is not a report, a backlog on any sort of maintenance that would have related to this.
Walker also sends out a note to 3 top aides outlining a new media strategy in the governor's race against Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett. From his campaign email address, Walker writes, "I want us to push positive and bold stories every day. The media is covering a lot of the mayor's things like this. I want you to field all calls from media outlets and only write down their questions. 9 out of 10 requests are going to be traps, so we cannot respond without a plan." The plan appears to be good cop, bad cop. Walker tells his communication director, Fran McLaughlin, "You have a good and warm relationship with the media, and I want that used on proactive communications." Walker assigns Chief of Staff Tom Nardelli to handle the other side. "Tom has a terse relationship with the media, and I want that used with the reactive communications." So these emails give us inside perspective on a campaign and how it runs, a perspective that is rarely seen. Live in our today's TMJ4 conference room, Tom Murray, today's TMJ4.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Now the emails also show a secret computer network that was set up in Walker's county executive office.
And for more on how it worked and who had access, we turn to Steve Shamra. Steve.
Mike and Carol, think of this as a secret club. Its members were Scott Walker, plus his top aides from both the campaign and the county exec's office.
Kelly Rindfleisch was invited into the club by Cindy Archer, head of Milwaukee County Administrative Services. Respond if you get this, Rindfleisch wrote Archer in the middle of the workday, March 22nd, 2010. Consider yourself in the inner circle, Archer replied. You should be sure to check it throughout the day. A number of Walker aides used secret email accounts, including his then county spokesperson, Fran McLaughlin. Some took advantage of a private wireless internet system in the office. In an email to a friend, Rindfleisch described how she used it to do campaign work on county time. This account I'm using on my laptop to do things I shouldn't be doing on my county computer.
In all the emails connected to Rindfleisch released today, we have not found one instance where Scott Walker communicated from an official county email account. Even on items of county business, he messaged from an account linked to his campaign. Mike and Carol.
Okay, that's important to note. Thank you, Steve.
The John Doe investigation brought indictments against 5 people. Kelly Rindfleisch was convicted of doing campaign work for a lieutenant governor candidate on county time.
Darlene Wink pled guilty to doing campaign work while on county time.
Kevin Cavanaugh was convicted of stealing money from a veterans group. Timothy Russell was convicted of doing the same thing.
And businessman William Gardner pled guilty to violating campaign finance laws.
Now, Governor Walker has not been accused of any wrongdoing.
And before the documents were released, the governor told reporters there are no surprises in the emails.
And they've gone through a legal process, as you all know, covering this, a multi-year extensive legal process by which each and every one of those communications was reviewed by authorities. And so I'm confident that they reviewed them and chose to act on the ones that they've already made public. And I don't know that there'll be any great surprises beyond what they've already talked about.
And we continue going through all these emails. We're going to have new information on Live at 6 and, of course, on Live at 10.
That's what